If your store converts under 2%, stop it. Don't spend another dollar on ads until you watch this video. Most brand owners, when they see that their website converts under 2%, they obviously start to think that they have a problem with their ads or something with their product page, cart, checkout. The problem is they don't know what to change and where to change, and most importantly, why. So in this video, I'm going to do a live funnel audit of a skincare brand, and I'm going to tell you what would I change, and most importantly, why would I change those things. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Andre, and I do conversion rate optimization for a couple big brands that you might have heard about. So let's get into the video. Okay, so we just landed on the homepage of 3Ships. The goal of the homepage is to welcome you and provide clarity on what this store is actually about. This part of the website, it's called the Above the Fold, and doesn't matter on what page you are, this is the most important area on each individual page. So in this case, this Above the Fold has failed to provide enough clarity, because when I land on the website instantly, I don't know exactly what this is about. Is this something for hair? Is this a skincare brand? Is it something for allergies? Is it a supplement brand? I don't exactly understand what you are selling. And if someone is confused, they are more likely to bounce very quickly. Now, the other problem that I see instantly is they have 20% off site-wide ends, and it says that our sale has ended. So this, in my opinion, it's called ignorance, because why would you show a sale that has ended to the customer? Immediately, you just have to switch your announcement bar and show like a new offer, or just show your unique selling propositions. This part of the website, as I said, is currently more optimized for customers that already know the brand. This is more for recurring customers or for customers that are coming from email. But for cold traffic, this is really bad. So when you want to scale a brand, your homepage needs to be optimized for cold traffic, and they have to understand from the get-go, hey, this is actually a skincare brand, it's a Canadian brand, you show social proof, because right now it actually lacks so much social proof. As long as you're not a huge brand, even those huge brands, they still tell what this is about, what their product is about, how do they make you feel. Right now, they just hit me with a boring 20% off site-wide, and this is a very lame way on how to incentivize customers to move forward, okay? So as I start to scroll, what would I want actually to see in this area is a lot more social proof. Do they have any press mentions, or their unique selling propositions, why someone would actually buy from them? If you actually look and you scroll super low, you would just see that they have proudly made in Canada. They keep it super low in the footer. No one sees that. They need to just scream everywhere in here that this is proudly made in Canada, because most of the traffic, I bet it's Canadian. I can do even a quick search and see what's the percentage of people that are doing that. So I use this app called TrendTrack, and I just see that I have like 62% of their traffic is from Canada. This is really important. It sparks a lot of trust and pride. It doesn't even matter if the traffic comes also from like other countries. If they know where this is coming from, this is not just made in China, it instantly boosts the trust. Okay, now as I scroll lower and I see firming, hydrating, these are two types of needs that customer has. Where are all the other ones? Well, they are here, but how would I know that they are actually here? There is no way on me. How can I scroll? How can I see that there actually are more? So what would I do? I would just put them under so people can see. I do like the next level natural results. This is what would I actually show on their product page, super high. So I'm going to check their product page in a bit and see if they are showing social proof. When it comes to a skincare brand, like social proof is the number one thing, and like before and after is the number one thing that is going to boost your conversion rate. People need to understand that, hey, this is a legit brand, it actually works, their product is fucking good, and if they don't show that, they're not going to convert so well. Find your routine. So they have to take the quiz. I would actually take the quiz and I would just put it somewhere super high in this area. Again, this is just made for recurring customers. This is no bueno. Okay, let's see, this is like radically transparent. I actually like this section. Follow us and join our list. I haven't seen any pop-up from them so far, and I think they're doing a very poor job. Like, they could just show me a pop-up after 20 seconds, 30 seconds of me being on the website, or even earlier, and that would boost their email list. Now, just telling me join our list doesn't give me an actually incentive, and they are losing so much money by having this here, having it framed like this, and not showing me a pop-up. Okay, so let's go a bit back, and I would want to check their mobile menu. All right, so number one, so much white space here. You could either show social proof, you could also show a testimonial, and I want to say why a testimonial of this stuff. So someone reaches their checkout, and right now we are in the mega menu, by the way. Someone reaches the checkout, they have a high level of anxiety because they are about to spend money. They have some questions and some fears and doubts that are crippling in the back of their mind. So what we want to do is go back throughout the funnel and show small bits of social proof, trusts, or testimonials that actually resolve and tackle those sales objections that are happening in the checkout. So when the customer actually reaches the checkout, they have a lower level of anxiety. So this is such a good way on how you can form more trust, educate the customer about your brand, show maybe unique selling propositions. Now, also, this is the goal of the mega menu. We want to just guide the user so they can find the products that they are looking for. It's simple. So we want to make it stupidly easy for them to find the right product. So what would I do here for 3Ships? I would actually remove this shop and the plus, and I would just leave it extended, just like it is right here. Boom. I have shop by product, shop by skin type, or I would just leave it open because it removes one click. You want to remove as many clicks as you can throughout the funnel, and because of that, your conversion is going to increase because there is less friction. Skin quiz, and I would actually move higher. because this is proven on so many industries and we tested it so many times to work and increase the conversion rate. And the last thing that I would do, I would also integrate here maybe the search bar, just like a simple search bar, so people can go in there and if they're looking for hyaluronic acid, they can just like type it and boom, they get their exact product. Now let's move on to the collection page. The goal of the collection page is to help you find exactly what you want in a fast manner so you can move on to the product page. And in this case, this announcement bar takes a fuck ton of real estate and you can just make it smaller. I don't know why this is bigger than in the homepage. This is a big problem. Next, we have the exact same banner. You could just like minimize it and remove this photo because no one actually cares. They care about shopping. They care about seeing the products that they want to actually shop. All right. Another thing that I would do here on the above the fold area, which again, this is the most important area of the collection page. I would categorize the products that I'm seeing here. I would categorize them based on need, for example, for hydration or for smooth skin. And I would just make them buttons that are easily shoppable. And now customers, they go and shop by need. It's so much easier because the number one thing that you would want to avoid is the customer being like, is this actually going to help me? Am I shopping in the right place? Is this actually going to help with hydration? Is this going to help with the skincare problem that I have? You want to create clarity. And by categorizing those, I think they have an example somewhere below. Boom. You see this? Shop by skin concern, or you can just put them like soothing, balancing, hydrating. This area should be super high, should be the first thing that I see. Or firming, hydrating, brightening. This is so good. This is so good, and this should be actually at the top. So just by hiding it somewhere super low, it's just such a big mistake. And the next thing that I would do here is I would actually just mention for each individual one. I would maybe reduce the space. I would just shorten up the titles, and I would just make it like, this is for hydration. This is for XYZ. I really like the fact that they have it as like bestseller. I think this is such a good one, but this takes so much space. I like the fact that they have add to cart, but I think they can do a much better job by showing their price somewhere here and just having like a small add to cart. They can remove so much unnecessary space, because when it comes to making more conversions, like real estate is big because customers don't really like to scroll that much. They don't want to spend and waste a lot of time. So you want to just save that space. If you've seen probably like a couple of big brands, they care about almost every single pixel on their website matters to them because they understand that real estate means money. And if you just have you occupy too much real estate like they do in here and also with this big photo, they are just wasting so much money. Okay, now I'm super curious how their product page looks like. This is the goal of the product page: to offer clarity and to persuade the customer to add to cart. That's it. If you provide enough clarity and you give them enough reasons in order to add to cart, you just move them to the next step. So how do you provide clarity? You want to tell who is this for, what is it going to do to you, and you want to give them reasons by showing social proof, before and after, case studies. You want to show testimonial, you want to show benefits, and actually persuade them to understand more about your product in a digestible way, so then they can feel safe that this is the right brand, this is the right choice, and then they move on to the next step. So in this case, I actually don't understand straight off the bat what is it going to do for me, why they are being forward together. I need to kind of like get closer to the screen or to see there's like Purify, Jelly Drops. I don't know what the Jelly Drops does, Skin Hero, Radiance. There are so many questions that I have and they are not answered within the first 3 seconds. I want you to imagine that when you're on the product page, you have 3 seconds to inform your customer what this is, who is this, and if you fail to do that, they are just going to bounce because they are confused. And if they are confused, they become fearful. Okay, so let's analyze these photos because this is the most important area on the PDP. So they show me how the cream actually looks, but I don't understand if it's the right in the middle, if it's the right on the right, or if it's the right on the left. They don't add any name to it. This is terrific. Now, the last thing they actually say, like, this is #1 cleanse, serum, and cream. And they show them, like, how can you take them? But I don't see, like, befores and afters. I don't see why this is better than other brands. I don't see that this is a Canadian brand because this is such a powerful factor. And they praise themselves by having, like, super natural products, super healthy for your skin. But I cannot see that above the fold. And also, they have this fucking big banner that repeats again. And their sale has ended. This is terrible. Now, they have so much white space here. And they can just minimize the space easily. Or they can add some unique selling propositions in this area. Or more social proof. Next, the title is too big. You can make it in one line easily. You could just move everything up. Now, I do like the fact that they have this on sale, but what would I do in here is instead of save 30%, I would do the math for them and I would actually see in number of dollars, how much would they save? This is much more powerful than just the save 30%. And this is a big problem. Right now, I'm not in Canada and I actually don't see the conversion in my own currency. And this is a problem, especially when you have someone else from another country trying to shop because they might not know how much is a Canadian dollar and they will just become confused, fearful, and they will not end up buying. So this is a big problem, the fact that they don't have the automatic dynamic conversion. Next is this big bulk of text is just giving me a ton of anxiety and I'm not the only one. And if you just start reading it, it just seems like it's being written by like a science guy. What I want here is just to understand easily in less than 3 seconds, what is it going to do for me? Why should I actually take it? In how many days is it going to help me? And if you see, when it comes to a supplement or skincare brand, they all have subscribe and save. In this case, I can only add to cart. This this is a full routine that maybe it lasts for like 60, 90 days. So I would actually want, instead of having just add to cart, just having subscribe and save and give them like a discount and give them reasons of why they should actually subscribe and save, and then having the one-time purchase like way more expensive. So then you actually put people on a subscription, and you also can tell them that, hey, most of our customers take the routine and use it for at least 3 to 6 months in order to see like really good results. And then you can also show more like before and afters, which they are lacking here. Right? Another thing, going back to the clarity effect, they do not give them an exact timeline on when the product is going to get to their door. Either on the cart or either on the product page, you have to mention, hey, this is going to get, if you order today, based on your location, which actually you can do that, this is going to get to your door by 13 March, and I know exact date, and I know if this ships to my country, which right now here, they don't do that. And it just creates so much friction when they get here and customers are like already sold, okay, I'm going to buy this. Then they're like, okay, but does it ship to my country? How many days does it take for the shipping to actually take? Is this the shipping free? Okay, I see that it's free here, which is good. There are some questions that are being unanswered, and they do a very bad job of responding to those questions. So no wonder this brand doesn't convert at the rate that they could convert. Now, next is they talk about ingredients, how to use, and credentials. Okay, I really like the credentials. I think you can even take a couple of these ones and just go in the photos and just mention all of them somewhere. Hey, like you have all of these like certifications, and we're actually a legit company. This boosts so much trust. Not many people are actually gonna get here. And this is like an FAQ section, which I bet they have it somewhere lower, but they are losing so many customers by not responding to all of their questions in this area. For example, what happens if I don't like the product? Can I return it? What happens if more than 30 days pass and I haven't refunded the product? Am I still gonna get the money back? Do you offer a money back as well? They don't even mention that. They don't mention so many things, and this is why they're losing so much. Now, next is customer reviews. And in here, this is such a good area. Like, look at this, how much social proof does this create? This is the thing that I was talking about. This shit should be photo after photo after photo in this area, instead of this bullshit. How does the cream actually look like? Just tell me like before and after. This is going to be the biggest motivator, because a lot of women that are going to purchase this, they might have similar skin to this lady, and when they're going to see this after like, I don't know, like 2 months, 3 months, they are going, okay, this stuff actually works, so I'm going to buy it. And the problem is that if you study a heat map, if you have ever studied a heat map or you don't know what's a heat map, it just shows you where people are clicking and how low they go in the fold. And usually less than 50% of customers go and check what's under the add to cart button. So you're basically just losing like 50% of your customers just by not having this super summer higher. Okay. Now, another thing that I haven't mentioned is the chat bubble is covering the sticky add to cart. This is a poor user experience, and these ones just should be separated. That don't know where to start, that take our 3-minute skin quiz shouldn't be necessarily on the product page, because the only goal is to sell, provide enough clarity, and to persuade them in order to take the next step. Now here I get the frequently asked questions, and I bet based on the page that I just saw that customers have way many more questions and they are not being answered to. So this one should have at least like 10. Now this is a video and talks about natural versus clean. I can tell you that less than 10% of our customers see this, and this should be somewhere again higher in the fold. Boom, now I get to the review area. This one again, it should be way higher. So in my eyes, the frequently asked questions are well placed. This area shouldn't be here. I would actually want to see just like being hit by benefit after benefit and education as I scroll lower. When it comes to this video, I would actually move it super high. The review section, I would compress it and move it way higher, but also keep it in this area as well. And in this area, almost no one actually gets to, so this is fair enough. But again, probably made in Canada, needs to be higher. Okay, now let's see their cart. This is the goal of the cart. We want just to take people to the next step. That's it. Having as fewer friction as possible. And if you can see here, we have the share button, we have the login, which shouldn't be here. Then we have continue shopping. What I want to see here is just the checkout button. I would actually want to see how much do I save. I would actually want to see when I'm going to get the product and what happens if I don't like it. Can I return it? Now, there are also other use cases of this. For example, you could offer complimentary upsells if it actually makes sense with the thing that they have in their cart. The other thing, when it comes to having a skincare brand, if I would own a brand like this, I would actually make a membership, because many of their products are consumables and people are going to use those. So if you just make a subscription or you just make like a yearly membership, now you're just going to dramatically increase your lifetime value. You're not going to have to hunt all the time for new customers, because you're going to have recurring customers and your products are going to become more indispensable in their life, and you're going to end up making a lot more money. Now, going back to the goal of the cart is just to take the customer to the next step. As I said, how do you do that? Is by taking things out of their way, as I said, by removing these elements, And by making them feel safe that this is going to be a good purchase, then they will get the checkout, and it's going to be a secure checkout. So the wording on the button checkout, it should be secure checkout instead of this. Trust me, it makes such a big difference. The way that you frame things on the website, like trust me, words are so freaking powerful. Okay, now let's see their checkout and let's see how they're doing. Okay, so this is a bad checkout. When a customer is in the checkout, they have a high level of anxiety because they're about to spend money. So you need to calm their mind, their subconscious mind, by offering trust points, showing them unique selling propositions, and just like reassuring that, hey, this is a safe purchase. So in this case, I see that they have shared some social proof and they talk about the money back guarantee, but this is so freaking small. This is less than 12 px. I would actually want to see like way higher text in this area. So this is really bad because almost no one sees this, especially if there is someone over like 50, no one is actually gonna read this. Now, the other goal is just to take them to the next step, and by having as fewer fields as possible. What I'm seeing is so many brands right now start to just remove the total unnecessary fields from this area. And I also noticed on their collection page that they offer a free gift with the purchase. But in this case, I basically cannot see anything about the free gift, only one item. And in here, I'm actually seeing some upsells. So there is a lot of back and forth with like, should I have upsells in the cart? Shouldn't I have upsells in the cart? I think the best way is to actually test, but make sure that you have low ticket items like they do have it in here. Now, the last thing that I would do, maybe instead of upsells, I would actually talk about the number of customers. I would talk about our USPs. This is a Canadian brand. This is a trusted store, natural products, natural ingredients. And I would just want to reassure them on a subconscious level that they are making an actually safe purchase. And by purchasing with us, they are about to change their life. So now, if you want a more detailed guide, I just have a 45-page document linked somewhere below this video, and you can get it absolutely for free. Just click the link down below, and I'm going to be sending you right on the email. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, please comment down below any insight that you got from this. If this was valuable, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.